Welcome back to River Funsies. On this episode, we return to the Texas coast in the Corpus Christi, Port Aransas area. And when we arrived, before we got on our fishing boat, there was these airplanes flying around the city, defending the city from who knows what, or looking for a place to land. I'm not really sure what they were doing, but they were flying in big circles over the city. So we stopped to admire them before we got on our fishing trip. And on this trip, we used the same outfitter that we used for our epic tuna adventure late last year. It was a 36-hour excursion way offshore. We weren't going to do anything that extreme on this go around. This was only going to be a 4-hour fishing trip, 30 minutes out, 30 minutes back in, and 3 hours to fish. And it was only $40, so very reasonable. And if we caught fish, even better. And I'll have to say, every experience I've had so far with Deep Sea Headquarters has been top notch. The deckhands are very helpful, very experienced. They helped us land this awesome shark. Yeah, caught a bonnethead. And they worked very hard for us and made sure that we had plenty of bait. They helped us unhook the fish. They also made sure that the gear we were using was very well maintained. And there wasn't a whole lot of people on the boat, so it wasn't elbow to elbow. There wasn't a whole lot of people getting tangled up. I mean, it was really nice. The boat was very clean. And we weren't fishing in very deep water. The only fish that wasn't a gaff top catfish that was caught was that shark that I just previously mentioned. Every other fish that was caught was gaff tops of varying sizes. I think the largest one was probably upwards of 5 to 6 pounds. And correction, we did catch a few hardheads, and those were immediately thrown back. So mostly gaff top, one shark, and a few of those doggone hardheads that nobody really has much respect for. And the action was pretty steady. There wasn't a whole lot of standing around doing anything. People were catching fish pretty much the entire time. Somebody accidentally lost their cell phone overboard. That was probably a pretty crappy trip for them, but I'm not sure how that transpired. But they weren't part of my group, so I'm not sure what the details of that are. But gaff tops fight pretty hard, but we had the proper gear to make sure we landed pretty much everyone we hooked. And there's a deckhand right there on it, just taking care of business for us. Really made it an awesome trip. We didn't have to get catfish slime all over us. And they, were on their toes. They took care of business. So can't really say enough good things about Deep Sea Headquarters. The 36-hour tuna trip I had was fantastic. They were professional the whole time. They worked very hard. And even this 4-hour trip just into the bay was equal in terms of the professionalism and service they offered to us. I've been on some of the local other outfitters in the area that they're kind of lacking. It might have been different if the boat was completely fully crowded and stuffed with people. We probably would have tangled up more and caught fewer fish. But I believe it was 13 or 14 people, customers, and 2 deckhands, I believe, and a captain. And I think they did do some fishing too, if I remember correctly. And they separated our fish out based on who caught what and who was part of what group. And 3 hours went by pretty quickly, and then we made our way back in. Great day on the bay. I got to hand it to these guys. I will certainly go back to them and maybe explore taking another trip like this or a longer trip in the future. And these airplanes were still flying around the city, looking for something. We couldn't figure it out, but who knows? Hopefully, whatever it is they were looking for, they found and put a stop to it before it could do any damage. Maybe this is a new thing in Corpus to have these airplanes flying around in the middle of the day. I'm not sure. I don't live there. Back at the deep sea headquarters. There's our catch. Got our photos. It was about 40 pounds of fish. And they were able to clean the fish for us right there on site for a few extra dollars. And I believe we each got away with about 30 fillets. So really worked out well. Gaff top is an excellent fish. Don't let anybody tell you otherwise. In my next video, I'm going to do something very special with this little bonnet head shark. And I want you to check it out.